Hello students, first of all let me apologize, I'm a little late today. Today is April 23, 2023 and we will be solving the IB Math AA SL May 2022 paper 2 time zone 2 section B questions. The section E questions have been solved yesterday, Saturday, that is April 22, 2023. If you want, you may watch the live session, the recorded session or the live streaming of yesterday's session. So, and today will be the section B questions solved. So it will be question 7, question 8 and question 9. And before starting with our today's session, let me request you to send me the PDF formats of paper 1 and paper 2 question paper of November 2022. IB Math AA SL, of course. If you have with you and if you are interested in knowing the solution, how to get the answers to those questions, I can help you. I can do live sessions on those papers as well in our coming 2 remaining weekends. And but I do not have the PDF format of the question paper. So if you have, I would request you to send me those papers in the PDF form by my email. Okay. You can send me the question papers in my mailbox. The email address is over here, and you can send me through WhatsApp also. Most probably the WhatsApp number is appearing somewhere over here below. So in case I don't get those question papers, I'll not be able to solve. I'll be doing live sessions on those papers when I get them. Okay. If I get it somehow, obviously I'll be doing live session before your examination, before May 8 and May 9, 2023. Else, of course, I'll be getting them later on and I'll be doing live sessions on those papers. Okay. So let us start with our today's session. Question number 7 contains 14 marks. A farmer is placing posts at points A, B, and C in the ground to mark the boundaries of a triangular piece of land on his property. From point A, ABC, I hope you are being able to see the diagram. ABC, these are the 3 points. From point A, he walks due west 230 meters to come to point B. And from point B, he walks 175 meters on a bearing of 063 degrees to reach point C. This is shown in the following diagram. This is the north, so the bearing is 63 degrees. And subpart A says, find the distance from point A to point C. Point A to point C. Okay, fine. So this is a 90 degree. And since this part is 63, what is this part? Let us find this angle first of all. It will be 90 minus 63. I have to change it to degrees because this is in radians. But anyway, I can do the subtraction. 90 minus 63 is 27. So it is 27 degrees. Okay. Now we are having the lengths of the two sides and the imputed angle. So we can use the cosine rule to get the length of AC, the distance from point E to point C. For that, let me first of all change my settings to angle settings to degrees. Then radians, I have to change it to degrees. Okay. I go back. Yeah. And let me just first of all write the cosine rule, but before that, let me bring down the question, this part of the question, so that this part is visible to us while we solve the question. Bring all the subparts down part by part, because I have started with the very first subpart, so I know that I have to bring, most probably I have to bring down all of them. But let us start with subpart A. So using the cosine rule, we will be having AC squared equal to AB squared plus BC squared minus 2 times AB times BC times cos this angle ABC, cos angle ABC. Okay, now we will be just substituting these values. So AC squared will be equal to, AB is 230, so it is 230 squared. BC is 175, therefore 175 squared minus 2 times 230 times 175 times cos 27 degrees. So let us find the AC squared value. Okay, so it is 230 squared plus 175 squared minus 2 times 230 times 175. Sorry. Okay, let me just enter and come out. I have taken 170 in place of 175. Okay, let us start once more. 230 squared plus 175 squared minus 2 times 230 times 175 times cos 27, and it is in degrees. So cos 27. Okay. It is 11799. So let us get the square root directly. I can write this as 11799. Let me write it. 11799 meters squared. So AC is equal to, I have to take the square root. It is 108.6. So I can take up to 3 significant figures. It will be 109. Okay. So this is the answer. Now they are saying, part B, find the area of this piece of land, the ABC. This piece of land, let me just show you the diagram. I have copied this diagram. I have taken this diagram down. But anyway, I have got this as 109 meters. And up to 3 significant figures, of course. Let me just write what was it? 108.623. So it was 108 if I need it later on. 108.623, right? 62 meters, which is approximately equal to 109 meters. So now we come to support B, find the area of this piece of land. So we can use let me write the answer to this part over here directly. Half times, I'm using the trigonometric formula for area of a triangle. It is half times 230 times 175 times sine 27 degrees, which is equal to, let us find out, 230 times 175 times sine of 27 degrees. What is the value? 9136.56 equal to 9136.56 meters square, which is up to 3 significant figures if we have to give the answer, which will be equal to, this is the third significant figure, and next to it is 6, which is greater than 5. So it will be 9140 meters square. And then they are asking for find the support C. Find angle CAB, this one. CAB, this one. So let me do the calculation over here itself, because the diagram can be seen and the question can also be seen. So let us do the calculation over here. We can use the sine rule for this, and C, subcut C. So it is okay. So I'm taking 109 or 108.623 and this 27 degrees, and I'm taking 175 and this one. Okay. But even then, if I take this, I will be having the ambiguous case of the sine rule. But okay, this is an interesting point. Let us come to it. Let us use the sine rule. Using the sine rule, we need the angle, so I'm writing sine 27 degrees over 108.623. Remember, don't take the approximate three significant figures in intermediate calculation. Okay, so you will be not getting an accurate answer. You will never be getting an accurate answer when you're not writing an accurate answer when you are approximating it to three significant figures. So if you just take that approximate answer, the next answer that you will be getting based on that approximate answer will be even more far away from your accurate exact answer. Okay. So don't take the 109 for this calculation, rather take 108.623. That is why I have written that. For the subpart subpart A's answer, it should be 109 meters. But for subpart C, using that length of AC, we will not be using 109 meters, but we will be using 108.623 meters. Okay. So this is equal to sine angle CAB over 175. This they have given, so it is an integer value, a positive integer. This. Now let me just rearrange it. It is sine angle CAB is equal to 175 times sine of 27 degrees over 108.623. So let us first of all get this. 175 times 27. First of all, let us do this part. The numerator is 175 times sine 20. 175 times sine 27. And what is the denominator? 108.623. 108.62. Enter. 0.731414. So this is equal to 0.71414. Yes. Now we have to take the sine inverse of that. Therefore, angle CAB will be equal to sine inverse of 0.71414. Okay. So sine inverse of the answer 47.005. So up to three significant figures, it will be 47.0 degrees. This answer I'm writing over here, 47.0 degrees. Since I have written the part's answer over here, let me write the first part's answer also over here. Okay. AC was equal to 199 meters. Okay. So now we come to the farmer wants to divide the piece of land into two sections. he will put a post at point D. This is the point D, which is between A and C. He wants the boundary BD to divide the piece of land such that the sections have equal area. That means triangle area of triangle ABD should be equal to area of triangle CBD. Okay. And hope you are being able to see. So part B says find the distance from point B to point D. Okay. And we know this angle, what all information are we having? This AC is equal to 109 meters or 108.62. I hope this once more check. What was it? 108.6 meters. And this was 27 degrees. TAB, this is, what was it? TAB was 47.005. So let me take as 47.001. Okay. This is 47.01 degrees. Okay. Now, what we can do is we can take this angle to be x and we can take this angle to be 27 degrees minus x. It has to be. It is not that we are assuming if this is x, this has to be 27 degrees minus x because the whole angle is 27 degrees. Okay? Fine. And we do not know the length of BD, so let us take this length as L. So now let me just take this part down. So now what is the area of triangle ABD and what is the area of triangle CBD? Let us write the two expressions. Okay. So area of triangle ABD should be equal to half times ABD, so it is 230 times BD is L times sine 27 degrees minus x. And what is the area? Let me write. You see, taking a risk. I hope you are being able to see because if I scroll up the seat, this letter will not be visible anymore. Oh, I have to keep that. I hope you are being able to see this line. It is half times 175 times L times sine x, because this is x and this is 27 degree minus x. Okay? And these two should be equal. Therefore, I equate them. Since area of triangle ABD is equal to area of triangle CBD, therefore, half times 230 times L times sine 27 degrees minus x is equal to half times 175 times L times sine x. Okay. The half, this and this will get cancelled, the L and L will get cancelled. So we are left with 230 times sine 27 degrees minus x equal to 175 times sine x. Okay? And we can plot the two graphs and find the intersection point. That is what we will be doing, at least I'll be doing. And solve this in some other way also, taking the half times base times height. But I'm okay. Let me first of all complete this. Then let me see what. Okay, now we will be going to the graph part, add graphs. And for this graph settings, I need to use this angle to change to degrees first of all, geometry angle. Okay, and then it is 230 times sine of 27 minus x. 30 times sine 27 minus x. Okay. I'll be graphing this, so enter. And of course, you are not being able to see. Okay. Let me just, it is 270 times. So this one, there is the, I hope you are being able to understand what all transformations are happening. This 230 is the amplitude, and this is 27 minus x. This can be written as minus x minus 27. So because then it will be a horizontal translation. And sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, so I can take out this minus sign outside. So it will be minus 230 times sine of x minus 27. I'm seeing this fast because this is not a part of this question, and I hope you are being able to understand because these are not new to you. You know the transformation geometry. So it will be minus 230 times sine of x minus 27. If you don't get the graph, you have to understand that you have to take a proper settings. Okay, and the other one is 175 times sine x. So let me just first of all get the two graphs. 175 times sine x. Enter. Just I have got this one, but where is the other one? Yeah, I have come to that. So you see, it is between this is 50.38 and this is. So let me just take the settings. This is 20. So let me just take this can be taken as -1 and this can be taken as -20 and this will be also -1. And this is 50. Okay, fine. Problem. It is over here now. So I have to get the intersection point and I have to do analyze graph. Analyze graph intersection point is so x equal to 15.37. 15.37. Let us take 15.37. So x will be equal to, therefore, x equal to 15.37 degrees. 15.37. But this is the angle we are required to find the distance BD. So this is not our final answer. We haven't got the final answer till now. Okay? So that the farmer has divided this whole piece of land into two equal halves. So the triangle BCD and the triangle ABD, they are having equal areas. But what was the area of the full piece of land, the full triangle ABC? The full piece of land's area was 9136.56. 9136.56. 9136.56. So I'll be dividing it by 2. 916.56 divided by 2. Enter. 4568. 4568.28. 4568.28. Okay? Therefore, area of triangle CBD, I'm taking CBD because that is having the angle X, is equal to 4568.28. 4568.28. Okay. Now we will be, this is the CBD's expression is this. And we have to find the L. So half times 175 times L times sine of 15.37 degrees is equal to 4568.28. So this is L is equal to 4568.28. This is half, so it will be coming to the numerator, over 175 times sine of 15.37 degrees. Okay, so now times by 2, and this one is denominator is 175 times sine of this, 175 times sine of 15.37, sine of 15.37. Enter. 196.977. So up to 3 significant figures, it will be 197. So this is equal to 197 meter. Okay. So I think we have completed this question number 7 totally. Yeah, it is the part D was the last subpart, so we have found. Okay, let me just write B to D. So length of BD is therefore distance between points B and D is equal to 197 meters. So now coming to question number 8. Maximum mark 12 and a scientist conducted a 9-week experiment on two plants, 9 week, on two plants A and B of the same species. He wanted to determine the effect of using a new plant fertilizer. Plant A was given fertilizer regularly, while plant B was not. The scientists found that the height of plant A, HA centimeter, at time t weeks can be modeled by this function expression. HA of t is equal to sine 2t plus 6 plus 90 plus 27, where t is between 0 to 9, both included. And the scientists found that the height of plant B, HB centimeter, at time t weeks can be modeled by the function HB of t is equal to 8t plus 32. This is a linear graph. Obviously, this one is not, where t is between 0 and 9, both included. So, subpart A says Use the scientist's model to find the initial height of I plant B. Okay. Initial height means when t equal to 0. So when t equal to 0, HB 0 is equal to 8 times 0 plus 32 equal to 32 centimeters. Okay. And initial height of plant A, initial height of plant A, correct to 3 significant figures. So HA 0 is equal to, you are being able to see this expression, it is sine of 2 times 0 is 0 plus 6 is 6 plus 9 times 0 plus 27. Okay. So now first thing that I have to do is I have to change the settings. Fine. Now it is sine 6, 9 times 0 is 0. So sine 6 plus 27. 6 plus 27. 26.7. Okay. 26.7 up to 3 significant figures. If I need more number of digits, I'll be taking them later on, but right now I'm taking only 26.7 centimeters. Okay. So it is equal to 26.7 centimeters. Okay. So now subpart B. Find the values of t when age A of t equal to age B of t. Okay. I have to change, first of all, I have to go to the graphs. And then I have to go to the settings. Change this to radians green. And then what was HB of t I'm seeing over here, it was 8t plus 32. Let us draw that first. Test that first. 8t plus 32. So it is 8 times x plus 32. Enter. And what is HA? Sine 2x plus 6. This was F3. F4 sine times x plus 6 plus 9x plus 27 plus 9 times x plus 27. Enter. Okay. And they are asking when is age of A of t equal to A of t. That means the intersection point. Intersection just go up. where do they intersect? Okay, over here, I'm not going to the settings because I really do not know which one will be what settings to take. So I have taken these. And fine. So now I'll be going to the analyze graph and intersection. Okay. So it is 4.7. X is the number of wheels because it is representing P. So it is 4.70 wheels. So I can write 4.70 as the answer. Using graphs. Write this, skip this part. So the part C. For t between 0 and 9 both included, find the total amount of time when the rate of growth of plant B was greater than the rate of growth of plant A. Rate of what was age A and age B? It was the growth. It was the growth, the height. The height, that is the growth for the plant A and the plant B. Okay? The rate of growth will be, we have to take the derivatives. Okay. So we have to get H dash A and H dash. I can enter the expressions once more, but I don't want to enter the expressions once again. So I will be just taking, this is B. I know F3 is B. This you have to remember. If you have to use these, you have to remember which one is for which plant. F3 is for plant B and F4 is for plant A because it is continuing. Same thing. Okay. So we will be taking the derivatives of F3 and F. For that, let me go to a separate graph sheet. X. Let me take F3 first of all. I can take F4, which what I am taking first. I can take F3, I can take F. Why? See, because F3 is 8x plus 32. If you differentiate that, it will be y equals 8. Simple. And over here, the maximum is 6.67. So it should be above that. So for that, I have to change my graph settings. And it should be between 0 to 9. So let me take the Windows settings between 0 to 9. And this one can be -1. And this has to be at least, let me take 10. Now I have got at least one of them. Okay. So I have to get the other as well. So I will be F6 will be X of F4. F5 is the straight line which is indicating H dash B, and F6 is H dash A. And they are saying for what amount of time, total amount of time when the rate of growth, that is H dash B, was greater than, that is above H dash A. Graphically, it will be above the H dash A. So this green colored straight line, horizontal line is above this orange colored graph in these regions. So I have to get the intersecting points. First one, okay. Second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay. So now I can just take the difference. They will be same because it is a sinusoidal function, so it should be symmetrical. But even then, I'm just checking the intervals separately. For the first one, 2.236 minus 1.189. Okay. So 2.236 minus 1.189. Enter. 1.047. Next interval, 5.378. This is this. 5.378 minus 4.33. 5.378 minus 5.378 minus 4.3. And third one is 8.519 minus, just write 8.519 minus 7.472. 7.472. 1.047. This also has to be 1.047 because of the symmetry. So I can take 1.047, or let me just add them and see what happens. So it will be 1.047 plus 1.048 plus 1.04. 3.142. So up to 3 significant figures, it will be 3.14 weeks. Okay. So using graphs, total time equal to 3.14 weeks. We are done with question number 8. Had only 3 subparts. Yes, are done. Did you see my writing? Could you see my writing before? I hope you had seen them in the while I was calculating in the calculator, and this is what I have written. Just exactly, I have copied them. Okay. So now we come to the question number 9. So question number 9 contains 18 marks. The time it takes Susie to drive from home to work each morning is normally distributed with a mean of 35 minutes and a standard deviation of sigma minutes. Sigma is not known. On 25% of the days, it takes Susie longer than 40 minutes to drive to work. Okay. Find the value of part A, find the value of sigma. Whenever the probability, this is the probability given in percentage. Whenever the probability is given, you have to use the inverse normal. You have to get the data value. You have to use the inverse normal function. And inverse normal function will always be working with less than probability, not greater than probability. Okay. So this is 25% of the day Susie is taking longer than 40 minutes to drive to work. So 75% of the days she is taking less than 40 minutes drive to work. Okay. So we will be taking the 75% and not the 25%. Okay. So what I can write, the time is time it takes, it is actually normal distribution variable, and the mean is 35 and the sigma is unknown, and probability, just let me take a separate color. Can I? This is T. T is a normal distribution variable with 35 as mean, and the sigma is unknown, so it is sigma squared, the variance, and probability that T is greater than for T is equal to 25% or 25 over 100, which is 1 over 4. But we have to get the probability in less than form. So it is T is less than 40 is equal to 3 over 4, 75%. Okay. And since the sigma is unknown, we have to find the sigma. So we will be taking the standardized normal distribution variable, which is having the mean as 0 and standard deviation as 1. Okay. First of all, let us get the standardized normal distribution variable value using the inverse norm. Menu, you can take probability or statistics. I'm taking statistics, distribution, inverse normal, and it will be, I'll be taking 3 over 4 or 0.75. Inverse normal. It is 0.67449. So T1 is equal to 0.67449 in using inverse norm. Okay, let me just bring down this portion because I'll not be able to. Zero 0.67449. So this should be equal to, therefore, 0.67449 is equal to, x value is 40, mean is 35, because it will be x minus mu over sigma. So mean is 35 over sigma. Okay? Therefore, sigma is equal to 40 minus 35 is 5 over 0.67449 equal to, okay, 5 over 7.41. 7.41301. 7.41301, which is up to 3 significant figures. 7.41. Okay. Now they are saying on a randomly selected day, this is a part B, on a randomly selected day, find the probability that Susie's drive to work will take longer than 45 minutes. Longer than 45 minutes. Now that we are having both the mean and the sigma values, we can use the normal standard distribution variable, not the standardized, the Z distribution. We may use the Z distribution, but it is not mandatory. It is not compulsory that you have to use that. You don't have any other way. You want to use it, it's your choice. Okay? But I'll be using the normal one. Greater than T greater than 45 minutes is equal to, okay, I have to go down, get the values. Statistics distribution, normal CPF, okay, greater than 45. So the lower bound should be 45 and the upper bound will be, I'm giving lines. The mean is 35. The mean was 35. I'm showing more. 35 minutes, and the standard deviation was 7.41, but I am taking at a 7.4130. Okay. 7.4101. Okay. It is 0.088672. Let me just write all of them. 0.088672. Zero point 88672 equal to 0.887 up to these significant figures using normal serial. Okay. So this is the answer. At.minutes also. Zero point 0.0887. Fine. Now we come to the part C. Susie will be late to work if it takes her longer than 45 minutes to drive to work. The time it takes to drive to work each day is independent of any other day. Susie will work 5 days next week. The part C says find the probability that she will be late to work at least one day next week. Okay. Let me try to fit in the work or the statements over here. Otherwise, I have to take it down. At least. So, late. If Susie is taking longer than 45 minutes to drive to work, she will be late. So, if I take late as it will be the binomial distribution variable. Why? Because the time it takes, either she will be late or she will not be late. There are only two possibilities. And the time it takes to drive to work each day is independent of any other day. So because it is, if she is late on one day, it doesn't mean that on the first day, it doesn't mean that she will be late on the second day. One day's attendance is not dependent on another day's attendance. Okay. There are two possibilities. All are independent trials, not related to one another. And number of trials is fixed because 5 days next week. So how many days that is fixed? Two outcomes. Probability is fixed because probability that she is taking more than 45 minutes is this one, or this one. And she will be going to the office 5 days next week. And if she is taking more than 45 minutes, she will be late. We know the probability for being late. So it is a case of a binomial distribution. So if late be that thing, the binomial distribution variable, then it will be n is 5, and the probability of success in this case I'm taking being late. Okay. And what is that? 0. This time again I'm not taking up to 3 significant figures. Okay. So I'm taking 0.088672. And find the probability that she will be late to work at least 1 day next week. So it is pre-ill at least 1 day. It can be all 5 days. So it is greater than or equal to 1. So we will be taking statistics, distribution, binomial CDF, number of trials is 5, probability of success is 0.088672. 0.088672 at least 1 day. She will be late to work at least 1 day. So 1 or more days. Lower bound is 1 and upper bound is, it cannot be more than 5 because she will be going only for 5 days next week. Okay. 0.371401. 0.371401 equal to 0.371 up to 3 significant figures using binom CDF. You have to write this. How are you getting these values? You have to write them. Half time, you write the number of trials, the lower bound, the upper bound that you are taking separately. That would be the best option. But in case you don't have time much, even then you should be writing at least using binom CDF. How are you coming up with this answer? Okay? You have to give that justification. Okay. So this is the answer for this subpart C. Subpart D. Given that Susie will be late to work at least 1 day next week. Given that, so it is a case of a conditional probability. Find the probability that she will be late less than 3 times. Less than 3 times, at least 1. Means she will be either late a single day or 2 days maximum, because it should be less than 3. Okay? So what will the conditional probability be? It is containing 5 marks. So I have to write everything. Starting from this. Less than, L is less than 3. Given L is greater than or equal to 1. You have to write this part because it is containing 5 marks, so don't skip this part. First of all, because I'm not having much space, I was thinking of skipping this part, but when I saw the mark that it contains, and it is because I'm not having much spaces cannot be a reason. So you have to write this. And the denominator will be P, L is greater than or equal to 1. And as it is saying that P should be less than 3 times, but it should be greater than 1. Okay, let me write that as well. So P is P of L less than 3 and L greater than or equal to 1 is equal to P L is 1 or 2 over P L is greater than or equal to 1. So now we already know the probability of PL greater than or equal to 1. That is why I have written the entire thing. Don't take 0.371 in this calculation. Take the entire thing. The three significant figure answers should be given as the end answer, the final answer. For intermediate calculations, never take up to 3 significant figures. Take more number of digits. But first, before that, before getting the value, I have to get the value of the numerator. 1 to 2, and it is a binomial distribution where n is 5 and the probability of success is 0.088672. Again, I go to statistics, distribution, binomial CDF, number of trials is 5, probability of success is 0.088, again I am 88672, 672, and lower bound is 1, upper bound is 2. 0.365324. 0.365324. So this is equal to 0.365324 over this one, 0.371401 equal to the numerator can be taken, the answer, the denominator has to be that 0.371401. Zero point 0.983636. 0.983636. 0.9 36, which is equal to 0.94 up to and then This was subpart D. This was the answer to the subpart D. This is actually. And now let me bring down this question, because otherwise it is becoming. Second. Susie will work 22 days this month. She will receive a bonus if she is on time, at least 20 of those days. Out of 22 days, if she is on time for at least 20 days, then she will be receiving a bonus. So far this month, she has worked 16 days. So 22 minus 16, 6 days are remaining. And she has been on time 15 of those days. Okay. So therefore, 22 minus 16 equal to 6 days remaining. And she has worked for 16 days and had been on time 15 of those days. So she can be late for a maximum of 2 days because she has to be on time for at least 22. So out of 22 days, she can be late for maximum of 2 days in order to receive the bonus. Out of 2 days, 1 day she has already taken. In these 16 days, she was late on a single day. So only 1 more day is remaining that she can be late. It is not that she has to be late on a single day, but it is very good if she is not late for any of these 6 days remaining that are remaining. But even if she is late, she can be at the most, she can be late on a single day from these 6 days that are remaining. If she is late for more number of days, she will not be getting the bonus. Okay. So this is also another, maybe this is also a binomial distribution question, because 6 days remaining, that is the number of trials is fixed. Either she will be late or she will not be late. Two outcomes possible. And being late on a particular day will not be affecting in any way the being late or not being late of another day. So they are independent trials. Probability of being late or not being late is the same every time for every day. So it is a case of a binomial distribution. And probability that Susie will receive a bonus. That means if I take a bonus, so maybe bonus B. This is also a case of a binomial distribution. 6 days remaining, and what is the probability of success? Success is I'm taking being late. What was the, and when is she being late? When Susie will be late to work if she takes if it takes her longer than 45 minutes to drive to work. And what was the probability for T greater than 45? It was 0.088672. So 0.088672. Check 0.0886. So probability that B will be less than or equal to 1. That means it can be equal to 0, that she is not late any of these 6 remaining days, or she is late on a single day. So B has to be less than 1, that is 0, or has to be equal to 1, that is 1. Okay? Should be equal to menu, statistics, distribution, binom CTF, binomial CTF, number of trials is 6, probability of success is 0.088672. I hope I have written it correctly. And the lower bound is 0, definitely, and the upper bound is 1. So it is 0.907294. 0.90729 0.90729. So up to 3 significant figures, it is 0.907. Up to 3 significant figures. This is the answer. I think we have completed. Yes, this was the subpart. E was the last subpart of question number 9. Right. So probability that, okay, let me just write this in a sentence form. Probability that P gives bonus is equal to 0.907. Okay. So students, this was all for this paper. We have completed this May 2022 IB Math AA SL May 2022 paper 2 times Zoom 2 question paper completely. We have solved all the questions of this question paper. And as I've said before, I am not having the paper 1 and paper 2 question papers of IB Math AA SL November 2022. So if I don't get it from someone, most probably I won't be able to conduct live sessions and solve them for you. But doesn't matter, even if I am not being able to do that part, just be focused, have sufficient sleep the night before the examination. concentrate on whatever you're writing. Before that, read the questions carefully. Write your answer, recheck your answer. Just recheck, complete your answer, recheck the same answer that you have written, and then you come to the next question. Don't keep the rechecking part for the last moment. You will never be getting time. Okay? So all the best for all your board examination papers. Okay, not only maths, definitely for maths, and also for the other papers that we are having from other subjects. Okay, so bye for now and bye bye.